truly believe that what I've done over the past 2 years, every single tournament, maybe not the first two, but when I heard Brooks say at the Travelers Championship, I think, which was my third PGA Tour event as a pro, he said he was there to win. When he first turned pro, he was there to make cuts, and then he went to top 30s and top 20s and top 10s. And from that day, I just switched to let's go out and win. So by the time, I was at the PGA last year, I'd already played in these events with all these guys, all the big name guys, and felt like a normal event. I come out this week. I'm not worried about playing against everyone else. I'm just trying to learn the golf course. And learning a link-style golf course is tough because there's so many slopes, and I like to know everything. I like to know every little detail possible. But it's hard to do that out here. So you have to be precise about everything, and, that's how I looked at it, as a challenge, and I look forward to it.
Morikawa said he learned from Brooks Koepka, but that sound reminded me of Tiger Woods. I had a conversation with Earl Woods in 2002, Tiger's father, ahead of the U.S. Open at Bethpage Black. He said Tiger Woods would arrive to a golf course to destroy the golf course, to beat the golf course and everyone on it. Tiger wasn't worried about who was in the stall next to him on the driving range. And to hear Collin Morikawa say, I learned very early that it doesn't matter if John Rahm is here or Phil Mickelson is here or Brooks Koepka or DJ. I'm not worried about who's here now. I'm here to learn this golf course and to learn how to beat this golf course, to solve this riddle. And to learn that lesson so young is very impressive.
I go back to the 2019 U.S. Open. I had a chance to chat with Collin Morikawa during a practice round. We were walking down the fairway. He had just turned professional the week before. And I said, how was it? I mean, he'd had such an unbelievable collegiate career. How was it finally being a professional golfer playing in a professional event? And he said, I was shocked by how normal it felt to me. And that week he finishes in a tie for 14th. And he was playing with Rory McIlroy in a practice round at a U.S. Open at Pebble Beach. And it just didn't seem like anything was too big for Collin Morikawa. And to hear him talk like that in 2019 and to think where he's at right now in 2021, to me, winning multiple majors is what great players do.
Yeah.
To be a good player and you can snag a major, that is awesome. But to be a great player, you have to win multiple majors. And I think it's worth telling the people how hard that is to win multiple majors. I mean, when you go from 1990 on, and what Tiger has done has changed the way we look at majors because he won so many of them. But when you go from 1990 on, you've got Tiger, of course. You have Phil, who won 6 now with that PGA victory. Ernie, Rory, Koepka, Vijay, Padraig Harrington, and Jordan Spieth. That's the list of players that have won more than 2 majors. And when you go into that list of 2 majors as well, it's not lengthy. So for him to already have 2 through 8 majors is incredible. Now, we're going to get to this in a little bit later in the show, that maybe we need to just pump the brakes on what could happen from this. But what Morikawa has shown us is that he's going to be in this position a lot. And if he drops a couple of putts on Sunday, we know how he's going to hit the golf ball. If the putts drop from him, he's going to win. And maybe they don't drop and he finishes 3rd like we saw from John Rahm or from a Louis. But he's going to be in contention at so many major championships because there's not a golf course that doesn't work for the style of play he has. He hits the ball incredibly well, and he's the best iron player living right now. And when you really dive into those iron stats, D, you realize how he separated himself.
And much like John Rahm, much like Brooks Koepka, there is a comfort level clearly that he has in major championships, and he has articulated that that's what he wants to accomplish. When I talked to him at Torrey Pines, I said, how huge that you already won that PGA at Harding Park? And he said, it is absolutely huge. I don't have to answer that question into my 30s about when are you going to win a major championship. And now it's about me wanting more. He said, major championships define careers. He said, that's how we look at the best players in the world. Now he has 2 in 8 starts, a PGA and an Open, a Wanamaker and a Claret Jug, and he's still wet behind the ears. It's just, no matter what he does going forward, like you say, we don't know if it's going to be a 12 major career or a 4 major career, but what he's already done is historic stuff.
Yeah, he's proved what he can do. I mean, he's such a nice young man. Yeah. And he smiles his way around the golf course. But he, like you said, he's like Koepka and he's like Tiger, that he shows up and knows that if my game's here this week, you've got to come find me and you've got to come beat me. And that's what the greats had. I mean, that was the mentality that great players have had and will have going forward. Collin Morikawa has that mentality. And things like this are only going to make the self-belief grow because now he's proven I can win at a PGA championship on a softer golf course, more of an American-style golf course. And now I can win over here like this. on this style of golf course, where can't he play?
Like a Tom Watson in 1975, show up and win the Open Championship.